From the very first day that undergraduates enroll in our programs, we get questions related to how they can become involved in research that the faculty are doing. My very first suggestion is that if you're in first year, don't be pressured and don't feel like you have to race into becoming involved in some of the exciting research that we do. First year is a time to learn how to succeed in university, how to develop the tools that you need in order to be able to go through our courses. It also is the time to participate in student clubs and activities and things like this without sort of feeling the pressure to all of a sudden get a part-time job in one of our labs or spend too much time helping us out do research. But when you're ready, it's definitely a valuable experience that certainly is mutualistic, both for the student as well as for the principal investigator or the faculty member, the professor that's running the lab. Because certainly while you get to have experience hands-on with research, we also become a lot more productive, and it's very much appreciated. And there's a number of ways that you can get involved once you decide that you're ready to do that. We like to jokingly refer to undergraduate students in our labs as minions, and so obviously, respectfully refer to them as minions. And so this really is a presentation on how to become an integrative biology minion. First of all, it's important to understand a little bit about why you might want to get involved in research from the beginning. It's obviously good for your CV, but certainly that's probably not what the driver behind your decision to join research should be. So certainly if you enjoy it, then you should get involved. You should get involved to find out whether or not you enjoy it, because certainly it can lead to a different career path that you may not have anticipated. Research, though, is not the same as studying. It's not the same as going through the courses, though we do have some excellent courses that do offer research opportunities. It's important to note the distinction between the two. And of course, you can learn more advanced techniques. You can learn more information about a particular topic. If you're passionate about a species or a concept, then it's certainly the opportunity to learn more about it. You may get the opportunity to be published in a peer-reviewed scientific paper, and this, of course, is a very good experience. You'll also get to know your professors, some of the head researchers, and some of the staff on the integrative biology team that you might not have been able to get to know otherwise. And you may learn something new while not being a parasite, and we jokingly say this. Basically, you'll get to contribute as well as receive information and learn from this experience. So one of the ways that you can do it is you can seek out those courses that offer the research opportunities. Definitely valuable, and here are some of them, but definitely not all of them. In fact, our Biology 1070, our very first year course, now has an inquiry-based component. So you'll be introduced to some of the research techniques in the earlier years. Second year also has some courses where you get to start thinking about research methods. But here are some of the upper years. There are also field courses that are certainly more research focused than our typical lecture courses. Field courses are offered both by the Department of Integrative Biology, but also we recognize field courses that are offered at other universities, providing you with lots of opportunity to get involved with hands-on field opportunities. And here are just two of the field courses that you might take with us. We have a marine biology and oceanography field course that takes place in New Brunswick in St. Andrews. And it really is a field experience out on the water as well as out on the land, on the shore, taking a look at some of the marine environments that are present within Canada. We also offer an Arctic field course where students get to go up to Churchill, Manitoba in order to conduct individual projects related to Arctic ecology and other types of questions. We recognize the field courses offered by other universities as well. This gives you an opportunity to explore some different environments, including maybe the more tropical. But if you decide that you'd like to do research, then certainly please join us in our labs, in our field sites, and in our research. First, we have the opportunity, you have the opportunity to join us as a volunteer. So this is an unpaid position, but you should treat it like a serious job because there is certainly the opportunity to get letters of reference, to get all sorts of contacts as a result of your experience, and you do want to take it very seriously. There are work-study programs as well, and these are posted. You can search them on the university website for work-study program, where you can get all of the information related to eligibility as well as availability of any jobs. If you click here on jobs, it will take you to the list of available work-study programs. Work-study programs, with respect to eligibility, you must be a full-time student. You must also demonstrate financial need, though I'm sure that that's often not difficult for any student. You must have a social insurance number. The maximum pay that you could receive is $1,500 per semester for approximately 10 to 15 hours per week of work. You can only hold one of these positions at a time. You've got to stick with it, and the applications begin at the beginning of every semester. Just if you look in the top right-hand corner of this slide and future slides, you'll see we're developing a kind of index with respect to the credibility that you can receive or the experience, as well as the financial reward. So those will increase in numbers the more money you could get or the more hands-on experience you can get. We also have URAs, or undergraduate research assistantships. These can also be found by searching for them on the University of Guelph website. And again, you can click on jobs or projects. With respect to eligibility, you must be a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. You must be an undergraduate student at U of G. You must be a good student with a B average, though this can be negotiated with the respective researcher. You must demonstrate financial need. You must also be a returning student, which means that you can't be graduating at the end of that particular position. The position must be full-time, but the student doesn't have to be. So this one is funded by the individual departments, and so not every professor is going to have access to these types of positions, and the positions are posted on the Financial Services website. For a USRA, this is an Undergraduate Student Research Award. The conditions are a little bit different. You can find them by searching USRA and by going to Jobs and Projects. For the USRA eligibility, you must be a Canadian citizen or permanent resident of Canada. You must be registered in a bachelor program for at least 2 terms, so this is not available to first-year students under normal conditions. You must be a good student, and this is non-negotiable. Financial need does not need to be demonstrated because it's reviewed purely on academic merit as well as the merit of the candidate and the applicant or the application. And you must be engaged in full-time research. This one is externally funded by NSERC, which is the Natural Science and Engineering Research Council. Not every professor will have one of these, and these positions are posted on the Financial Service website. So generally, with respect to some hints in order to be successful in your application for a work study, a URA, or a USRA, you should make sure that you're eligible before you apply. You must complete the financial needs assessment form for both the work study and the URA, but not the USRA application. It must be submitted to the department administrator. Professors then will usually narrow down the applications to a few and then start conducting interviews in order to decide on the successful applicant. And these interviews may require a short assignment, may require a meeting one-on-one, or may be done through video feed depending upon the situation. Remember though that you do have to stand out because there may be quite a few applicants in the pool. Another way to get involved in research would be to conduct your own research project as a thesis or an independent study. You can do a one-semester project, and you can complete up to 2 independent projects. You can do a thesis project, which usually takes 2 semesters and involves a defense. In order to do that, you must have a minimum average of 75%. Or you can do a 2-semester research project in molecular and cellular biology with professors from Integrative Biology supervising you. In order to figure out with whom you'd like to be supervised, the best way to do that is to actually search out faculty members in the Department of Integrative Biology. You can go to the IB website and then click People, and then identify the faculty pool along the right-hand side. There's People and then Faculty. And if you click on the individual faculty profiles, you can identify their research, their experience, and see whether or not what they do is of interest to you. Once you've decided that you would like to contact a professor, please get to know their type of work a little bit better than just reading their profile. It often helps to read the last couple of papers that they've been involved in writing, especially reading the last couple of paragraphs of that paper where it usually talks about future work or work that would be required. This might give you an idea of where they're headed, but it also might give you an idea of what you would like to do for a research project. Make sure that you write a polite email. Please don't start your email with "hey." Make sure that you've got the spelling correct with their names, of course, and basically ask for an interview or a meeting rather than telling them your whole life story. If you have any pertinent documents, please don't say things like, "If you would like more information, feel free to ask." It's always better just to say that that information is attached. So attach your CV or attach your research proposal. Make sure that you're enthusiastic, and more importantly than that, bring some ideas to the conversation. So take a look at their future work, the last few paragraphs of their recent papers. See if you can't come up with an idea or two that might be of interest. Now, chances are you're not going to do that exact project, but it certainly is going to demonstrate to that professor that you're thinking about future projects. Remember, you're probably going to have to start at the bottom, so just kind of grin and bear it for a little while, and then hopefully you'll be able to prove yourself as a worthy colleague in research. So thank you very much for your attention. We hope that you've enjoyed this particular presentation, and stay tuned for the next one on WeBIB.